Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Hagenstedt map. Let's get back to reliving the glory days. I'm quite happy with that. That I think is going to work out quite nicely. And then once we've done these two sides, then we'll just do the top. I won't worry about doing any cultivating or anything like that. And that one can stop there. I'll deal with the other bit. I might just have the landscaping and just like do a little bit on that corner there, just to like tidy that in a bit. Chuck you down there like that, and go for a whoosh up through there. And yeah, we're going to need one more pass up through here just to take this bit off, but that won't do much. And then I've got a much bigger field that I can leave the hired help working on, and that's kind of the important thing with this. We're not doing this necessarily to increase the yield overall. Like, it's not going to get us a massive amount more grass, but there is some, and the hired help will now be able to get all of this rather than just the bit in the middle, which I kind of like. I should have thought of this to start with, really, but never mind. Because it's only just for the hired help bonus, really, that we want to do this. It's nice just to be able to set them going and then walk away and leave it, and then we can go and do all of the other stuff that we want to do, and then we come back afterwards and have a little tidy up, just make sure everything is fine. But when you've got like all of this expanse over the edge of the field, like it does feel a bit wasteful, doesn't it? So if we can change that round, let me just go in here and then 90 degree that one right there. And now I go Alt-X like this. And now we can start doing this bit. So I'm curious how much of this we can do. So Helper C has now completed their task. They've gone and done the 2 passes across here. Actually, I bet they haven't. I did wonder if they would do that. Right, so this field's a little bit more difficult to get exactly right. A little bit more. There we go. He has gone right to the end. So we've only got like a little tiny couple of V-shapes just there and there that haven't been covered. And then here obviously he decided to stop where he was. I think possibly because of the tree that was there. Although I'm not entirely sure why he decided to stop when he did. And then he's going to stop there. So now, this field, we can do this in just 2 passes. So we go up here and we set the hired help going. It's about here, I think. I believe that is about right. I run the hired help there, and he's covering more than half of that field, or just about half of that field. So then we'll get the rest of that done. That'll all be finished. So then you can come over to here, and we can get the rest of this bit done as well. So that... Actually, we will do that. We'll plow this one out as far as this one is reaching. So I want to just fasten that in there. I'll lower the plow there. And then we can run along here like this. Actually going to turn it off now, and then I'm just going to bring that in and kind of like manually go around that corner there. And then come back in this side. And bring that bit in there. And it's that corner. I'll tidy up that corner a little bit, I think. This corner over here, I don't think we need to do very much with it. There is one... well, actually, there's 2 little bits that I do want to do. Because now they're going to bug me, now that I can see them. And that is, you can see there's like a slight little line out on the edge here. Just want to bring that in up there like that. And I want to do the same over here, except I'll come back to that one. Because that means it's going to rotate around that 90 degrees again. So the last bit that we need to do on this grass field is just down here. And where are we on this one? And yet again, I will just leave it exactly where it is. Bring you out there, and I'm going to engage that one. Just going to come out like that. And then we're going to race up through here. Ideal. Let me just disengage that. Right, that's gone out too far. It kind of like went out a little bit further than I wanted it to. So I'm just going to need to like round off that corner a little bit. I'd like to keep the edges here neat and tidy on this. There's like a couple of little bits there that I will just want to change in a bit. We will come back to them. Let me just straighten that out a bit and bring you there, lower you in. The hired help has finished doing the fertilizer spreading. All fertilizer is done. I'm not bringing the fertilizer spreader through to here. I'm flat out refusing to do that. We're organic farmers, and we're not putting fertilizer on the grass fields. I mean, technically, it's organic fertilizer that we're using on the other. Been told so many times that you can buy that stuff now for just about the same price as you can with normal, but I only want to use... I don't want to use any processed organics at all. I absolutely don't want to use that at all, not on this. I'm going to run you up here. And there was one little bit that I want to do. Let me just press Y in case I accidentally, like, tip it over or something stupid. Just bring you in over here like this. See that bit there where it, like, that, just the edge of it is started all the way down over there? I want to change that. So if I go Control S and rotate that. And then I go here. Like this. I press Y again and fasten that on there, and then I can bring this up. Now hopefully it will just extend that out just a tiny little bit. Yes, it has. That's all I want to do, is just that bit right there. We are done, so I can turn off the GPS and I can go to here, and then I can go in here. We can go to start landscaping. And there isn't a lot that I want to do on here. So just to change that bit over, I'll put that right down as small as it will go. And then all you do is press and hold the middle mouse button. And it levels the area. But what it also does is just removes... Like, it'll remove any field texture that you don't necessarily want there. So I'm just going to bring off, like, I only just want to round them like that. And like this here, I don't actually need to do anything on there. I'm quite happy with that one. This bit up here, there's one little bit that is going to really irritate me if I don't get rid of it. And it's that. And then there's another bit over here I want to get rid of, like that. I went too much, a little bit in there. I can come back with the plow and I can redo that, except that I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave that little indentation there. That's something that I'm actually just going to... I'd rather live with a little bit that sticks in than a little bit that sticks out. It's my opinion on that. And we can go up through here. So, I mean, I could easily come back with the plow and just quickly fill in that little bit and do it again. I was rushing a little bit there. You can't rush with this landscaping thing. I do get people asking how I can make some of the bits, like the, you know, setting up the yard in the Estancia Lapacho series, how I make them kind of look within they have an almost organic feel to them. Like they look like they're there where they're supposed to be. It looks like an actual farm that has grown there naturally over time, and it hasn't... Well, I say naturally. It's not like it was sprung up from seeds or anything. You know what I mean? Like a farm, you don't normally get a farm that has been built from scratch overnight. You get farms where you have a barn that is built, and then you have another barn that is built later on, then you have another one that is built a few years after that, and so it sort of grows in an organic kind of fashion over time. Little bit here, little bit there. And so I've had people asking how I make if I build a farm sort of up from scratch, how I make it look like that, with the track sort of going in the right place and the different bits going here and there. With the landscaping tools, like, they're really awesome. But you've got to take your time. It does take a bit of time to do it. And that's like, I know Also, the Erlengrat series, I've done a bit in there and just sort of showed a few little tips and tricks of stuff that I know about it, stuff that I've learnt using it. The most important thing is take your time. Save the game if you want to beforehand. I don't generally worry about that because it's easy to correct mistakes anyway. So, you know, you can just sort of keep going with what you're doing. But save the game. Like, some of these corners here, they're not very sort of organic looking, and they're not very great, but honestly, I don't mind, because that's what I'm not about. I'm not about that on this series. I'm not too concerned about it. But if you do want it to look right, just take your time with it, right? Just go slow. And that, you need to do that with all of it. You just need to do it little bit by little bit and go slow. If you think you're prone to making mistakes and you're a bit concerned about that, save frequently. That's about the only advice that I can give you. Is just save frequently and go slowly, and you will be able to make some stuff that looks absolutely fantastic, right? It's honestly not as difficult as you think it might be. It just takes a little bit of time and a little bit of practice. Just bring you to there, and then I want to go to... Well, we'll wait for that one. I wanted to go to this one, and I want to get some grass planted in here now. So let's actually have grass rather than oats, and then we can get started. So I bring you in and set you going with the grass right here. So I just need to do 2 rounds around the outside of the field. I don't actually need to do any more than that, so I will... I was going to say I'll just do it manually, but actually what I'm thinking is I will just set the hired help going and leave it to do that for a minute, and in the meantime I will go over here, have this one, and put it back down to the farm, because we're going to try and farm the cattle, and the grassland is going to be done organically, and then the other crops, well, technically we're still doing them organically because we're not spraying any herbicides on, and we can just say that the granules are organic fertilizer, but we're not going to be putting any of that onto the grass. We're going to be using slurry only for the grass, or slurry and manure, whichever one we get. So what I can do is I can go and get a slurry spreader. We can have one of those. Like, the manure spreader, we haven't got anything to load it up with at the moment, but we can go and get a slurry spreader, and we could do that. So we will do it in a minute. Before I do that, though, I'm going to have the combines. I'm going to put them away while that tractor is busy planting that grass up there. It's doing a wonderful job of it as well. Got no complaints with its performance up there. It's doing absolutely fantastic. So we will bring this one whizzing on down here. I really want to get the next combine. That's another thing on the to-do list. Really, really want to get the next combine, and we might try and do that before the next harvest. Just have that one as an upgrade. I mean, getting a... Well, I mean, we can just get a small slurry spreader, can't we? Like, there's one that doesn't cost very much, and we've only got a small patch of grass anyway, so it's not going to make a massive amount of difference to it. But we'll drop you right there like that, and then we'll go and get this one... super slow. See, this, you know what, I'm going to leave that one there. I'm going to actually try and change that one over. It is going to do everything here. It'll do the entire field. That's all right. We don't mind that. It might actually end up making life a little bit easier for us. I don't need you to run yet. So what I will do is go to slurry tanks here. And we got that one. That was 23,000. It's actually nice, quick, easy. It's got a 9-meter spread on it. This one's got 12, but it's 62.5 grand. The Zunhammer is pretty good. It's got a 15-meter spread on it, or we can have the cultivator one on it as well. And then you've got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger over this way. And, I mean, you've got... Oh, that's another, the Joskin one. So, yeah, I don't really want those. We will just go with this one right here. It takes 8,000 litres. I don't think there's anything wrong with having that one right there. We can have any colour that we want. You know, we haven't had a bright pink machine for a very long time. And... we will go for maximum speed. We will go like that. Design white. We can have white or colour. We'll go with the colour one. I think that will show up a little bit better. We'll set up wide. We'll go with wides. And we'll buy that bad boy right there, 24,200. Ideal. And the reason for having a bright pink machine is much less likely to be stolen. I've now said this before, and this is a legitimate reason for having a bright pink machine. It is far less likely to be stolen. And I do actually know of people that have gotten a couple of bright pink machines in order to try and discourage them being stolen. How are you going to shift that? Like, theft of slurry tankers is not a common complaint, I don't think. But theft of, like, tractors and that, and construction equipment, if you've got a bright pink one, it certainly makes it a little bit more difficult for anybody to get hold of. I mean, one of the best ways of stopping things being stolen doesn't actually stop it being stolen, but if you have a tracking device on your machine, you at least are able to locate it again after it's been stolen. Which certainly does help prevent, recurrence of the theft. It certainly will help to discourage new thefts later on. I don't know how much these tracking devices cost, but they are certainly worth investigating if you do have any kind of issues with thefts in your area. I know that there are some people that do it. Anyway, I'm not going to be able to do much with this one tonight because the seed drill is currently putting a layer of fertilizer onto the grass anyway, so that's not really going to be a problem. But we have at least got our machine over to the farm and it's ready to go. We can go and spread slurry onto the field right here. We've got straw storage over there. The only thing we haven't got yet is for the making of silage, which will be a clamp that we will probably put over that side where the silage clamp would be. I don't know where the slurry store is. Oh, duh. I'm looking right at that would probably be the slurry store right there, that huge great big tank. So I'm just gonna stop there a second and then I'm going to have a look in here. Cows, we have 7,700 litres of slurry. We've got 50 cows, we've got 60,000 litres of hay, and we've got 20,000 litres of grass in there. If we go and have a look here in our storages, we can see that we've got 266,000 litres of straw. We don't have any hay. We're going to need to make some of that fairly soon. That's going to be one of the next things that we're going to do. Straw, water, we're fine with those. It is just the hay and that we're going to want to be working on. So we're on 79% productivity at the moment. And once we are able to start on total mixed ration, then obviously that's going to change around and we're going to have a little bit more. The other thing that I wanted to have a quick look at was down here. And if you see the outside round of the field, we've already got most of the fertilizer on it that we're going to want, because it already has one layer of fertilizer in that soil from when you mow the grass. This second line that it's now putting on is just putting on the rest of the fertilizer that the grass is going to need. So we're not actually going to need to put anything on here until after we've done another cut. So in fact what I could do is jump back to this one. I'm going to leave the slurry tanker next to the big slurry tank. So I'll back that one up there. And I'm going to leave that one down there like that. I'll back it up a little bit. So there is our slurry tanker right there. It's probably going to be my screenshot. I will drive back to the yard and we have just finished planting the field as well. There's a little tiny strip just there that Helper D wasn't able to go and do. So if I get this one back to the farm a minute and then I will come back up and I will get Helper D and just finish off that little tiny bit that he didn't do. And then that's it. We just need to skip the night then. And we've already got a little bit of growth. I don't think that we're going to be combining tomorrow, which means that we should generate enough income from our bees and our solar panels to buy the new combine before morning, before our next harvest, which would be nice. And Then we'll be saving up a little bit more money in order to get the silage clamp and stuff like that sorted out for the cows, so that we can then start working on mixed feed. Now, the problem we've got with it, I'm all over the place here at the moment. The problem we got with the mixed feeder is that it is rather expensive. That's one of the issues with the mixed feeder, is it is a little bit expensive. And we've got to find somewhere, like, we need to be able to put it down somewhere. We've got to be able to place it correctly so that we can easily access it. But at the moment, I don't want to be, like, getting in the way of the... wait, I'm going to want to put the seed drill in that shed, aren't I? Right, well, this tractor can come over here. Yeah, I'm not going to want to be getting in the way of... the field that we got, because we've only got one grass field. Like, we're going to want to get another grass field before we can do very much else. So I'm going to stop there, and then we're going to skip over to EU. Now, technically, with owning field 35, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fields. So if we buy one more field now, we'll be able to go and get another solar panel, in theory. I think this one still counts, like, I know that we counted the two smallest fields as only one field, but I'm pretty sure that we are able to count this one here as a single field. I don't think anybody's going to have a problem with that. So this is a single field here. There's nothing else there that I need to worry about. Everything else is good on this bit. This is a field, so one more field that we buy, that means that we can get another solar panel and put up. Yeah, it depends what field we get, I guess. And I'm thinking it will probably be this field here. Right next to us, it'd be field 30. So we won't be expanding the arable side of the operation just yet. We'll be expanding this, which means that we've got to plow up this little bit here on this corner. And we're going to want, you know, we'll then be able to, like, do silage or hay or whatever with that bit. So we're going to want to also then start thinking about, like, slowly upgrading our grass machinery. We won't be doing that very quickly. Like, well, the little bits that we got at the moment, they're just fine. They can just sort of, like, tick along in the background while we do the other jobs. But that's the general idea. Now, I'm going to start just speeding things up a little bit. I'm just going to go to 60 times speed at the moment, just till I get this one back. Stuff it back in the shed. I want to just change that over. So, we've got... I probably shouldn't go around that corner quite so fast, should I? We've got oats in the field at the moment, so canola is going to be our next crop after the oats. So, we've got some straw that we'll be taking over to the cattle yard from the oats. I'm going to take as much straw as I can over there this time round, in order that I've definitely got enough straw to, like, keep us going, because we're not going to get another straw harvest for quite a little while now, are we? Like, we're going to be going through canola, soybeans, corn, and a root crop. Now, we did potatoes the first time round, so we'll be doing sugar beet. I don't know if we'll be leasing the machinery again for the sugar beet, or if we will just be buying straight out. At this stage, I'm not sure. Bring you back over there. You can just park in sideways like that. And then... Oh, yeah, I don't have a quick, easy way. The only way I can jump quick and easy to home is to do that. Just visit like that. So if we go over this side like this, speed up a little bit more. Skip right through the night. So there we have got 60, 70, 80,000, 90,000. We got 90,000 euros at the moment, and the crop is at this kind of stage, so it's gonna need one more stage, I think, or actually it might need 2 stages. So look, right, it's halfway done on there, which means I think it's like ripening all the way across everything. Looks like it's part way ripe. Yeah, it's right, all of it has gone to the next stage of ripening right there. There's a great demand at the port. They are... What are they doing at the port? We've got port eggs. They're going for eggs. Well, we're not doing egg production. We're only doing milk production. One thing that I forgot to do was the 9 o'clock selling of the milk. So we're going to have to leave that until tomorrow now. That's something that I want to do, is 9 o'clock each morning we deal with the cows. But because I forgot to do it, we will leave it. So there's 5,000 litres in there. The grass is coming along very nicely. It's actually ready to harvest, but it's only in the first growth stage of harvest. I want it to go into the second stage for that. So we're not harvesting the grass just yet. See, if you go back here, we go to grass and then we click over. See, it's only on the first stage of harvest there. So I'm not going to do that yet, but I will do it soon. I'm at 100,000 euros. Cows in here, the food is slipping down, but we've got enough to keep them going just for now. We don't need to worry about it. I mean, if I go back over this way, got the combine up here. Let's reset this combine to the shop. I wasn't planning on doing the harvest today, regardless of whether it does actually go ripe. I still wasn't planning on doing it today. Reset that one, yes. And reset that one, yes. So they're done. See, it's 20 past 3 in the afternoon already. The grass might come quicker. Although the grass still hasn't. The grass hasn't yet. The grass still hasn't gone to the next stage, although the crop up here has gone to the next stage. So for some reason, this one is being a little bit slower than the crop. And I believe that grass does grow on a slightly different rate. So I'm not quite sure exactly what's happening, but I'll let that one keep going. Both of them we will start doing tomorrow. We've got enough for the cows at the moment, even if it does drop down to only the grass that they've got in there. They've got hay and they've got grass in their feeder. If you have a look in here, that, yeah, see, that's on 35. That's still only on the first bit. But if you look in there, they have enough for 10 days each time. So the cows should be fine. The cows should be absolutely fine with it. I'm going to bring that one in there like that, and I'm just going to slow down that passage of time just for a second, and we're going to go in here. So I will repair that one there, yes, and then 54,400, like that, okay, and then I will do this again, repair that one, yes, and sell that for 20,458. So that gives me 199,591. Incidentally, that does also remind me that that header on that combine was 0 repair rate. So I'm just going to go and repair this combine right here. And the header on it. So I'll bring you over here. I think right there is fine for repair work. You out over and go here. Right, so I'm going to repair the combine for 560 and the header. At least they're not like as bad as what the other one was, but that was in pretty poor shape. Okay, and then we can back you in here. Not that it really matters all that much, because I'm literally about to whip you out of the shed first thing in the morning to have another go. But we'll park you in there for a minute. Back to the shop. Up this side, so I want that header right there, and it's the Draper Stream 900. That's the one that I've already got right there. I want another. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.